Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to do a simple egg bake. This doesn't have any crust or anything to it, so if you are gluten-free or trying to watch your carbs or anything like that, this is a good recipe for you. I like to make a big pan of this, and then during the week I eat it for breakfast. I eat one little square and usually a thing of yogurt, like a small individual serving of yogurt. That seems to get me through the day pretty good. So a lot of protein. What I have here is an 8 by 11 baking dish. 8 by 11. What I have here is a dozen eggs, a little bit of water. You can use milk too, just a splash. And I whisked it up. And I seasoned it with salt, pepper, parsley, and garlic powder. I confess I didn't measure it. I just threw it in there. But, you know, you can make this what you want. Before, I've used ground beef, and I've seasoned it with cumin, a little bit of cayenne, coriander, oregano, and I made like a Mexican kind of a egg bake. And then I just lightly season the egg with salt and pepper. And here I have kale. You can't really see it very well. It's kind of dark. Sorry, guys. But there's kale in here. And this was frozen. I'm kind of trying it out. It's not too bad. I scrambled some up in some eggs the other day, and it was okay. So I'm going to throw that in there as well, just for some greens. It's always good to get veggies in there. So sometimes I'll put, you know, green or red peppers, bell peppers, things like that. I'm gonna add a little bit of chopped onion because since I'm not using meat, I'm not adding the onion like I usually would to the meat. So I'll add a little bit of chopped onion, and that'll just give it that flavor. And mix that around. Let's see. And also to note, also to note, I preheated the oven to 350. That's usually about right. Could crank it up a little higher too, but sometimes that dries it out. So low and slow is usually the best for this kind of a thing. I'm just trying to get all the little bits of kale out of there. So, alright. Alright, so now that that's mixed in, I'm going to add a little bit of cheese. And here's pepper jack. Use any kind of cheese you want. You don't want cheese, that's totally fine too. So I'm just going to add a little handful or two. There we go. A couple handfuls there. And just kind of mix that in. Now, I usually don't grease this, but like I said, because I'm not using the hamburger or anything, I think I am going to grease this with just a little bit of butter. And then what you do is you pour the egg in there. And then, actually, maybe I have a little bit of olive oil left. I'll just use a smidge of that. That's probably too much. Just enough to keep the egg from sticking. Let me use my little pastry brush here, my silicone brush, and just kind of brush that around. You can use butter like I was gonna do. You know, if you have the spray, that's okay too. Just moving it around here. Like I said, I probably put way too much in there. We'll figure that out. Okay. So, yeah, make sure it just doesn't stick. And then you just pour your egg in there. You want to leave room because this will puff up as it bakes, you know. The volume will kind of increase. And too, if you added the meat in the bottom, this will be a little bit higher up in the pan too when you pour it. So yeah, and that's it. You can, if you want, you can sprinkle a little bit more cheese on top. You like, you know, that kind of browned, kind of crispy kind of cheese, which I do actually. And that's it, really. You know, some of the more watery vegetables, like this kale was frozen, so it might have some moisture in it, so it might take a little bit longer to bake. Things like peppers, spinach, that has a lot of water in it. If you do use frozen spinach, I recommend you kind of squeeze a lot of the water out. You can even use that water mixed in your eggs instead of just regular water if you're really worried about all that going to waste. So, but yeah, that's basically it. And you pop it in the oven at 350 for 30 to 40 minutes, like I said, depending on the veggies you put in there. But I would start with a half an hour. Basically, you just want to make sure that the eggs are set and everything is cooked. So I'll be back when that is ready to go. It's been a half an hour. Still a little wiggly in there. So I'm just going to put it in for another 5 minutes. Alright, I ended up putting this in for another 5 minutes. I'm moving it, nothing's wiggling. You just want to make sure the eggs are set and cooked thoroughly. And that's it. It's that easy. And then you just cut it in squares. And once it cools, cut it and put it in little individual containers. And then I'll have breakfast for the week. So, hope you guys enjoy this video. Please don't forget to like, share, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care.